Welcome to Typical Angry and Black, where we're passionate about what we're talking about and not angry. Today's topic is going to be about accountability and self-awareness, and how sometimes we are the fault of our own misery. I have learned a lot from you. You may be young, but I've learned a lot from you about accountability. That sometimes we put ourselves in situations that we have to be accountable for the outcome that happens out of the situation. I just want you to kind of tell people what you told me. Like, what make you be so forgiving to other people and still be able to deal with them on different levels?
I think that, excuse me, I think that in reality, it all comes from within. And like I spoke briefly on in the other podcast, it's kind of like when you are self-aware, you are assured, that means that you know your abilities, you know what you're able to bring to the table, you know how much hurt you're able to cause someone. And so if someone says you did this to me, you can accept accountability for it. But if you know that this isn't even my character and I'm not going to let you pin this on me, you can accept accountability for that. And by you being able to take criticism and give yourself criticism and understand that you're wrong sometimes. I'm wrong. Practice saying that. I practice saying that in the mirror because there is no way logically, and I think that we all forget logic, that we can always be right. But imagine every time someone argues with you, it's argument. So you're arguing why you are right. What about if you listen to them arguing why you are wrong and then agree, maybe I could have done this better. And that's just how I think about every situation in life because every action has a reaction. And so I can choose how negative or positive my reaction or action, how much it puts negative or positive it puts it forward. And I always try to put as much positive as possible. And I'm not perfect. So I'm going to put out negativity, but I want that positivity to trump the negativity in the end. So that's the importance about that.
Because of you, this weekend I watched a show called The Good Place. And it wasn't really the good place, it was the bad place. But because they restarted so many times and because of each other, they helped each other heal in different ways and made each other better. And because of that show, I had to self-reflect that, damn, bitch, sometimes you're not a good friend. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes you do fucked up shit and put yourself in situations and don't hold yourself accountable that you put yourself in a situation. So it's me now taking responsibility, like this was your part in the situation. And that's the outcome of it. Like if I'm teaching David all the time that Noah, Noah should have held accountability that he got drunk and his son was up on his nakedness. And that's the outcome of it. And his son made fun of him. Well, he already knew his son carried this. He created them. He was around them. So if you already know this, why would you put yourself in a situation for it?
Exactly. And that's how I feel about everything. Even if it's a situation where you are right, you could have been wrong in some moments. And so sometimes all other people want you to do is to take accountability about the moments you were wrong. The concept of the conversation, they can say I was wrong about how I reacted in the end. I was wrong about how I reacted, but think about what you did to make them react that way. We can't always blame people for their reactions. Think about what led up to that. And I think if we all self-reflect in that way, we'll realize a lot of stuff is our fault. And we cause ourselves a lot of downfall for no reason.
Yeah. I'm telling you, watching that show gave me a whole perspective on how we can make ourselves live in heaven or we can make ourselves live in hell. Like you can be in hell and be tormented by the decisions that you make, knowing that the outcome is not going to always be positive. And take it and learn from it. And how can I be a better person because of this now? How can I go back and ask, for forgiveness for doing my fucked up part? I texted a friend today, this is like, I want to apologize for me being the type of friend I am. And I know I could do better because I have a lot of flaws within me. So, thank you.
I feel like even though I'm young, a lot of people don't understand me because of like how severe I am when it comes to the things that I do. And it makes me seem softer. It makes me seem like I forgive too fast. But that's what it's supposed to be. You don't have to forgive and be dumb again. You don't have to forgive and try again. You have to forgive to forgive. You have to understand that this person isn't stronger than you sometimes. And so the things that you would have not done and that you hold them to your standard, I wouldn't have done that to you. We say that all the time. yeah, you wouldn't have done that, but they would because they have a different story and they have different reasons of doing things or to not do things. So we typically put people on the pedestal that we put ourselves on, and that's unfair. And that's why I say it's self-reflection, accountability for yourself for the things that you do. We can only control our attitude and our actions, and I learned that from my experience. And everybody thought that was corny, but it's true. You can't control anyone else around you. How much negative and positive you put out, right? So,
And is that positive really outweighing the negative? Or are you creating that negative to make it a positive?
mhm,
And sometimes we create negatives and live in chaos and don't know it because we're so used to it.
exactly. Or we like creating chaos and we know that it's chaos, but we like living in it because that's what we're used to.
Yeah.
And that was a thing with me. And so I had to choose one day, and that's why I say I don't really like excuses. Though I am so forgiving, I don't want to forgive you on the basis of excuses. I'm going to forgive you because you owned up to it. You told me, hey, I did this. I respect you, but I did this, and I don't know why I did this. I don't know is actually a valid answer because some people are
Just
just
don't
weak
know.
and they just don't know. That was a weak moment for them. They don't typically act like that. But we get mad. I deserve an answer. That's your answer. You're trying to pull something out of me. What you're gonna do is pull out a lie. So
They told you the truth,
exactly,
but you're trying to pull something different because you want to pull what you want to hear.
exactly. I don't force it no more. I told myself one day it's just as easy as that. Don't do this no more. Don't do that no more. Stick to it. And when I break my vows to myself, that means that I want to do it. It's accountability. It's not because, oh, so and so made me, you wanted to. So it's all about your character.
Yeah. And character could change because that's what I learned too. That
Mhm.
if we're trying to be the best version of ourselves, then holding accountability because we're all, it's like everybody's so trying so hard to reach heaven. Oh, we talk about this and well, I'm this way because I want to go to heaven, and not realizing that when you be the best version of yourself, that's how you make it to heaven.
Right.
I made a mistake because as humans we're imperfect, but I fucked up.
Exactly. The problem is when you say you're causing more harm by saying I didn't do this to you. If somebody says you hurt my feelings, you like, well, I didn't do that. You think that you didn't, but they're literally breaking down in your face that you did if you made them feel this way. Who are you to tell this person that their feelings are not valid? Treat people how you want to be treated. If someone doesn't see your point of view, you still will want them to say, well, I understand, but this is not what I meant. I didn't do that to you. I didn't do that. They feel like to tell them you didn't mean it. I think that we handle situations in a way that comes off as aggressive naturally. We need to learn to be softer and not call soft people weak.
And that's the thing. In our community, we always have to be so tough, so strong. We always have to be 10 steps ahead. So I think in our community, we don't know how to accept accountability because we're always put against each other to be better than each other. I guess so much trust was broken over generations. And now it's like, how do you form a trust with somebody? I don't think no one really truly knows how to be a friend.
Exactly. But you have to be the best version of yourself that you can be to truly be the best friend that you can be.
Sure.
And that's why I always say people deserve chances. People deserve to try again. If you are to go mess up, do you want a permanent record of messing up or do you want another chance?
I want another chance.
Exactly. And so treat people how you want to be treated. It's literally as simple as it was laid out for us since preschool. Yeah. Be nice, be kind. Simple. But now we have complicated what nice and kind is because it's always disguised as something. Just be genuine with everything that you do, and you're doing good. You're putting out good. If it's a motive behind something you're doing, it's typically going to turn out negative because you want, and it's okay to want, but at the same time, at someone else's expense,
you're not supposed to do that because that's what's being selfish. Because whatever you're doing is not for yourself; it's for somebody. It's for an ulterior motive.
Exactly.
So it makes sense. As I said, the older I'm getting, the more I want to be the better version of myself. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, holding myself accountable, that's really hard to do. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to do because you always only look at yourself. Like, man, I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. But they done also did something going the opposite way too. Cause I'm one of those people, if you piss me off, if you say the wrong thing, either I'm just gonna tell you that you pissed me off and just block you, or I'm just gonna block
Exactly. But I'm the type of person that was me. But I'm the type of person now that if you upset me, I'm gonna tell you that you're upset. And then I'm gonna see how you react. Then I'm gonna assess your behavior. And then I'm gonna react according to your behavior. So then if you don't like my reaction, don't react to me that way. Now let's talk. That's what I'm gonna do. Because it's more positive by sitting down and talking than to keep telling you. And then I'm not even gonna show you how you will react to it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down, I'm gonna explain it to you because I don't want to hurt you. You're hurting me, but I don't want to hurt you. So that's because that's gonna cause you to hurt me more. We are built durable, and we need to stop acting so fragile. Stop acting like every time the first time somebody does something to you, you have to completely cut them off. When somebody shows you their true colors the first time, maybe they don't even know what their true colors are. You're always judging somebody based off of some old sayings. Those
that
are
we
just
didn't pass down
sayings
from generation to generation.
but we also pass down trauma from generation to
We do.
generation. So
We do.
that could be trauma filled. What if somebody gave you a second chance?
And that's the thing, because and that's what I had to realize too. I'm like, man, you make mistakes and you be wanting people to give you another chance, but you don't get nobody else another chance.
Exactly. Exactly. We all do wrong. We all do wrong. And like you said, it's so hard. It was so hard for me to take accountability because of so much stuff that happened in my life that wasn't my fault. And so I'm like always referring to, this happened because my mama did this. This happened because but at the end of the day, my mama doing whatever she want to do right now, and I'm in the situation I'm in, but I'm blaming her. What is that going to solve? When I start blaming me, then I can do something about my pain, my issues. So we can't always say because my mama has her pain, her issues. So I'm going to put mine on top of hers. As an adult,
you just adding her garbage bags to your garbage bags in your heart.
Exactly. Neither one of us can heal. I can't dump my trauma on her. She can't dump her trauma on me. But when she's ready, I have a second chance waiting for her.
My sister told me that if it's not my words, those are my sister's words. And she was telling me, she was like, Krisha, you can't allow anyone else to put their garbage bags inside yours because you already carrying it enough. Exactly. Say you need to empty out your own garbage bags first and go through your garbage bags so you can clear them out. And at first I was like, man, you know how you be kind of dismissing but listening at the same time. And the more I kept saying it in my head, I was like, I get what she's saying. Like you can't really, how you gonna help somebody else if you can't help yourself?
I say that all the time. Like, if you have weights on your shoulders and somebody else adding their weights, you haven't even worked on getting rid of yours. Mm-hmm. So
sorry, you guys, we're recording real time, so I had to stop because my son was coming to the door. But I want to get back to what she was talking about, because again, I think we forget as adults because we think because we're a certain age that we can't learn from our youth. Our age is the age of trauma. Our age is the age that we are trying to break the generational curses that was passed on to us. So this generation is teaching us by being themselves, by learning accountability, how to be a better human being. And it's up to us to listen to them. But I don't know if you remember where you left off, but if you can continue, because we were talking about, self-awareness.
Yeah, and I think I was talking about just how, in general, if you just decide to say
those weights,
to lift those weights off the shoulders, to give yourself a chance, I'll say, if you just decide to give yourself a chance again, you will realize that other people will give you a chance. And in return, you'll give other people a chance. It's a chain reaction. And I think that we've had just such a chain reaction of negativity that we just pile it on. We don't get rid of anything. We hold it in and hold it in, and then people come into us, we hold their stuff in, and then no, it's time to be expressive. It's the time for change. It's the time for expression. It's not soft for you to say, I have emotions, I have feelings. It's real for you to say that.
I want to be heard.
I want to be heard. I have a voice. I am worth listening to. That's not just positive affirmations, that's the truth. And hid the truth behind hiding in general. We hide from ourselves. We're scared to be told the truth. So we let people make narratives about us. We let people talk down on us. This isn't me. It's okay to say this isn't me. I don't care what you heard. That isn't me, and I didn't say that. To just let some narratives run about you. Oh, she talks a lot. Oh, she gossips a lot. She's mean. Oh, this isn't going to last. This is to let people do that to you. I swear, if you learn self-awareness and self-accountability, you'll realize you are aware that you are beautiful. So that means and that's inside and out. So that means you deserve a beautiful life. You deserve beautiful things. If you're not aware of your worth, how do you provide your worth to yourself? How do you tell someone this is what I'm worth and you're not going to provide less? But you got to be aware of that. You want to be aware and awoke so bad until it comes time to say, I did this wrong and I need to fix it so that I can be better, so that I can gain more. More blessings can come. We stop our own blessings.
We really do. I really do. Whew, Lord, when I tell you, you've been speaking so much truth because, like I said, this has been nothing but self-awareness. I put myself in solitude for so long now. Because I'm like, I need to self-reflect on myself because that, things are happening the way they're happening because I must be making the wrong decisions. So I'm not gonna lie, I cut a lot of people out of my life. And during that time, I've been able to talk to myself, start this, YouTube channel with my best friend, and been able to talk about things out loud and be like, damn, you fucked up, or no, that person did fuck up with you.
Exactly. And then let's say for example, you and your best friend that you started with, you guys fall out. And it's your fault. You want them to give you a second chance.
I would.
Y'all build something together. It's like you would want them to listen to you, to understand you. If you can't give nobody else that, you really don't deserve it. Right. That's how I feel about every single situation. You deserve to be heard out at least. I don't have to react how you want me to react. I don't have to jump back and spring into your warm and embrace. But at the same time, I heard you. I can tell you I understand you, but this is also not for me. And if we decide to still be in each other's life, let's find a common ground that we can. We can be friends. We can be cordial. We can go out for a drink once a month. Just because we don't want to lose each other, but we're not meant for each other in a lifetime. That goes for friends, relationship, and not lifetime, but in that moment. In that moment. Because like I said, a second chance. People need time to grow. We're all at different stages in life. You cannot expect someone to be you and live up to your expectations. Your expectations are only what you can provide in reality. So that's why women say that, oh, I want this in life and I want that in life. They can't even provide it for themselves. So in reality, their expectations is only what they are expecting to know, is what they're expected to go home to at night. That's the reality. We can say, oh, you dream for this, this, and this, but if you're not putting the work in and you're acting like you're not aware that you're not putting the work in, that's why I said that was one of my problems. I was pretending that I was not aware that I was not trying my best. I knew I wasn't trying my best. But I'm like, I know I am just because something tires me out for a day. I know I'm trying so hard because I'm tired. No, you're not. You know what people go through on a daily, and this is your heart. So that's why I decided, hey, it's time to make sense of yourself. It's time to tell yourself the truth, and it hurts. It hurts. Nobody is saying that it's easy. Like I said, we've been programmed to lie to ourselves for so long. It hurts, but it makes you feel so much better. Like a workout regimen, like a diet, like a surgery. You feel so much better.
Because you feel a relief.
The biggest relief.
Let me tell you, when I had my coming to Jesus meeting, because I always fell back on my cousin. And if anything goes wrong and I needed a place to stay, I'll fall back on my cousin. This time, they said no. Mm-hmm. And I got mad. Now I realize you don't have to help me. I'm grown now with my own child. Mm-hmm. If they help me, it's by choice. And when I stop falling back on them, I have been on my own truly for a very long time. For a very long time. And I give all of God the glory because it's times that I didn't think I was gonna make it. But then I had friends. Like I had a friend and her name was Chocolate. Like I had other best friends too, but Chocolate was there for me. Like we stay into it all the time. But then it was you who helped me realize like we do fuck up, we do make mistakes. Like I made my decision based on my trauma. She probably made,
hers based
on
on
her trauma.
And then here you are saying, you know, I don't want to be friends with you because you do this. But then I promise you, there's probably some things that
Get on her
you've
nerves.
done that she didn't want to be friends with you, but her trauma said, I love her too much to let her go. Your trauma said, you're hurting me too much to keep you. So in the end, both of y'all are still acting off of trauma, and you should be acting off of a healed soul. And if you were, that's why I say you don't know what stage of life people are in. So you really don't get to determine technically
Which way it go.
how many chances that somebody really your aura determines, your spirit determines. That's why we'll let go of somebody for 10 years and then we get back married to them. Because your aura says praise that person, and in reality, you should have just worked for it, but you weren't mature enough. It took time. So let's not say, oh, I hate this person, I'm mad at this person, this, that, and the third. It just wasn't y'all time to be around each other, to be friends with each other. But you guys make and reconnect. We go a lifetime reminiscing and this and that. All because why are you reminiscing? They live an hour away. They live 30 minutes away. Why are you reminiscing on the old times? Because of pride. We look at pride as something, we're supposed to look at pride as something. Oh my gosh, you're supposed to have pride and dignity, you walk with pride, but then you're not realizing what else is being taught with pride.
Arrogance,
ego, ignorance, narcissism. Your pride is all you have. So people that have nothing are too prideful to say, I have nothing and I need help, because we're being taught that pride is everything. You need to teach the pros and cons of every action, because even good actions have pros and cons.
Yes, it does.
Even saying that I'm a good person has pros and cons, because what if the person next to you is saying, thinks that they're a bad person? And they're like, oh, she's a really good person.
Yeah. And now they start having self-doubt.
Exactly.
And that's when self-doubt turns into self-hate.
Exactly. And all you're doing is boosting yourself up. And that's not, oh, I'm not gonna dim my light to be around people. No, you're not dimming your light. You're being self-aware, and you're saying that I can hurt this person's feelings by this thing, that thing. And that's why I think that it's an art by learning people. You need to learn how to work a room. How does this person feel if I say this? That's just being respectful.
And being self-aware.
Exactly.
Because it's like, I know that most people try to claim, oh, I don't like recognition. We all love recognition.
Exactly.
Let's be real. You want somebody like, man, you a good person, or you do good things, or you did good today. Sometimes you need that pat on the back.
Exactly.
To say, hey, you moving forward in the right direction. And even if you're saying, oh, I'm a good person, you're a good person too.
Exactly.
We some good people.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It looks simple, but it's not. You always got to go the extra mile, but people refuse to go the extra mile
because they feel like people should already know. Like, oh, you should know that I feel like this. You should know. And I'm guilty of that, because
me too.
I don't know why I feel like sometimes people should know. You should know you pissing me off.
But no, because as we get older, you're supposed to be growing. So this same thing shouldn't even piss you off no more.
Right.
And that's why I'm the type of person, I piss a lot of people off, because I saw you 2 years ago. Why you still get mad about the same thing? I grew. I think you're supposed to grow. That's what I mean by stop holding people to your high standards or your level or this and that, because they weren't ready for the things that you were taught. They weren't ready to know what you were taught yet. They're on a different path in life. So stop being so judgmental. That's what the world is. Judgments. We judge everything everybody do to take the heat off being judged ourselves. But guess what? You would not fear being judged if you judge yourself first, because you know what's true and you'll be able to take the truth. I already said this about myself. You'll know what's false already, because you reflect. And then the stuff that's false don't bother you. That's true. It don't bother you no more. I know I don't do this. I know for sure, because I told myself what I am capable of doing. I am capable of talking this, but I'm not capable of hurting you. I'm not capable of putting my hands on you. I'm not capable. So you're not gonna say I did it. So yeah, that's the bulk of everything of how I feel over the topic in general.
I think sometimes we have self-doubt too, because you can't, let me tell you something. Healing is not an all the time thing. It is a reoccurring thing, because you can be a better person, but some things will bring up trauma in you. But that's what being the adult saying, okay, this is bringing trauma up in me. This is making me feel doubtful of myself. This is making me feel this way about myself because of a certain situation. So it's like, okay, you're still going to have those imperfect moments. It's just learning how to deal with them in a better way.
In a better way. That's all it is. Because it don't matter what you believe in, there's some type of form of sin in whatever you believe in. There's some type of wrong. And from young, we are taught wrong or right. But what is wrong or right? Everyone has a different definition. So do what's closest to right. We know the basics. We know the basics. Just be nice. Treat people how you want to be treated. Think before you speak. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Think before you speak. That's what we were taught. Everybody was taught that.
Nobody does it.
No, but why do we skip over that? But we go off the negative stuff we were taught since we were young. I don't like these group of people. I don't like, why don't you say?
Because to be honest, let's be real. In most of our community households, again, we're changing the narrative with our children. But in most of our community households, we're taught the positive, but we're only shown the negative.
That's true. That's true. But then let me tell you something. Like I said earlier, I don't do excuses no more.
Right.
I feel like I was the queen of excuses. I don't care what you were taught in your household. It's up to you. It's up to you. The things I can't even explain. I can't even explain the things that I have been through. I should be a shadow of myself. And that's not me saying, oh, I became this, I became that, I'm so this, I'm so that. No, I really worked on it because I really was sad. I really was hurt. I really did think bad things. I really did. Now, I didn't feel love. I didn't feel like I was worthy of love. But then I started realizing why. I asked why. That's a very great question. If you ask yourself why, you're looking to seek answers, and that's a good one. And that's just how I feel about the entire situation. I don't do excuses. Your household means nothing to me because my household, the several that I was in, come on now, compared to your one household, once you hit that threshold of 18, and I'm not saying kick your kids out of 18. No, I'm not that person that's very stupid and ignorant. I think personally what I'm saying is, how about when we teach our kids, when you turn 18, let's work on self-reflection. Let's work on the stuff you did when you were 16. Do you still do any of that stuff? Is it negative? Okay, then why do you do it? Let's talk about it so that you don't take it to too. And it's going to take somebody that did self-reflecting to raise a child that can do that. And that's why I say I don't do traumas. It's up to you to change the narrative. I saw my grandmother produce 3 different kids from the same household. That's what I'm going to say. Totally different kids from the same household. So I don't care too much about the excuses of the house. Because it's about what you decide to do with what you're given. Because there's people giving less than you that make mountains out of molehills. You know, your excuses are gonna hold you back. I can't.
See, and that's why I really have been. I try very hard with David. Like I try to let him know it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to tell me your feelings. It's okay to stand up for yourself, but you also have to know accountability. Like when he comes to me like, well, Mom, I'm afraid, I said, well, what did you do so bad? And then when you tell me what he did, I'm like, well, you didn't think that was gonna get that type of reaction. Like doing something like that, you're gonna get that reaction you had. And so I'm trying to make him think more about what you did and try to teach him about consequences for real. Like I always tell him about, I said, you can either do something good or you can do something bad. I said, it's gonna have good consequences or bad consequences. I said, but I'm gonna be real with you. Just because everything goes good don't mean it's gonna be bad. It won't be always good consequences. It might sometimes be bad. Because it might not have been the right decision at that time for you.
Exactly. And I feel like that's a thing that people struggle with too. When they're doing good and bad things are happening, they get stagnant and scared. But ask yourself why. We always ask why and then we don't answer it. Answer it. That's when you self-reflect, when you answer it. Why is this happening to me? Okay, I'm doing this and this right. And then you're left with the wrong. Okay, so I did do this wrong. I should have got up this day. I did miss that interview and I knew I had that interview in the bag. I did. And that's what I told myself. You can always do more. You can always change the narrative. That's why I say 18, because when you're 18, I feel like that's when you should pick up the pen from whoever your guardian is writing your story. And that's in the natural life if you have a guardian or something like that. Whoever it is writing your story, take the pen out of their hand. Right. You can't erase it. I said pen. You start writing though. And so even
And
if
keep all your mistakes, take a look back at the mistakes.
look at the mistakes. Don't repeat them. That's why I said pen. You don't need an eraser. You need a bigger mind so you can write a bigger story for yourself. I don't do excuses no more because I was.
But you guys, we are gonna end it here. When I tell you, this has been a young, wise. That's where age is not nothing but a number for real. Because 21 and teaching some of us is in our 40s and 50s that, hey, this is what happens when you don't take accountability. And I'm trying to break that generational curse, and I'm starting with y'all. Because you notice, if you think about it, a lot of times we tell our parents, this is what we learn, and they don't want to listen. And then the next generation, because they're younger than us, we don't want to listen. It's time to start listening. It's time to start listening to what these kids are saying. And not a kid, but you are a kid to me. You are a kid to me.
No offense, I am to you.
But to listen to these kids, because they will teach us to learn accountability with ourselves. Like, ask them, hey, how can I be a better parent? How can I ask your friends, what can I do to be a better friend? Ask your husband or your wives, what can I do to be a better husband or a wife?
And that doesn't mean that you are a bad husband or a wife or a bad friend. It just means that you're aware that you can do things better, and that your person is going to feel better. Whoever you ask that, they're going to cherish you more because you care.
Yeah, I'll get to learn somebody. So I'm teaching myself now. I'm asking God, can I be your friend? But if he made us in his image, I have to learn how to be friends with the people here first in order to be friends with him. And once I learn how to be friends with these people here that he gave me to put in my life to learn a lesson, then oh my God, I know our friendship is going to be like no other, and can't nobody. It's going to be unbreakable, and it won't be a mustard seed; it will be a whole tree. But thank you for tuning in to Typical, Angry, and Black. You guys have a good night.